Jamie, it looked like you were set to get a first league win today, but unfortunately it's a share of the points. What's your thoughts on that?
Disappointing more for the players, really, to be honest. Felt second half had large chunks of the game, played some really good football, created lots of chances, and then sort of to be sucker punched by probably the only real lack of game management that we had in that second half. That's cost us all 3 today. But credit to Portishead, they kept going right the way through. We're very resilient, and forced us into a situation where we only come away with a point.
Do you think, though, you could have done more to secure those 3 points earlier in the game?
Yeah, I think, I'll be brutally honest, we were very lucky to come in at 1-1 at half time. Not kind of saying the quality of our goal wasn't there, because it was a good goal that we scored, but to concede just before half time is extremely frustrating, and I think that sort of replicates a little bit of how the game went today. Felt we started the game really, really brightly, and then sort of went into a bit of a blip for the remainder of that kind of second quarter, really. So that was extremely frustrating. But we started really brightly after half time. Again, had a bit of a blip, and then I felt we finished the game really strongly, apart from conceding the goal late on. So yeah, that's sort of where the disappointment lies, really.
Of course, Brit Gill got both goals this week. We saw her come on and get the winner last weekend, and today she's got the sort of full 90, 100 minutes that we've played today. How important is she to the squad?
She's instrumental. In terms of the individual qualities, she ticks a lot of boxes. In terms of from taking responsibility and accountability in possession, out of possession, she's got such an amazing work rate, and her attitude is infectious. So the way that she drives people, the way that she looks to press, the way that she looks to recover, the way that she looks to go and join in attacks, the way she creates attacks, and clearly finishing attacks, she's just very important for us. As you can tell, she's been a game changer, really.
Of course, you talk about there just a slight lack of game management right at the end. What do you think you can pinpoint that down, or do you think that's just going to take some analysis later?
If I remember rightly, they sort of break out from a quick transition and then play a longer one over the top. So, I mean, there's a catalogue of things that could be changed in that moment. We do a little bit more to hold it into that sort of space. Not going to shy about it. We were trying to hold on to all 3, and then for it breaking out, that's kind of one point. Second point is stopping it from kind of building into a counter attack. Try and break it down. Would be another one, and then ultimately, as a collective, not recognising when to drop. Yeah, really good. Look to play high like we asked her to. When we had an injury to Emma Whitlock, we had to kind of drop people into different spots, and she came in and did a 10, which isn't normally her role, but did that as well as she could, considering limited sort of coaching prior to that. Looked very positive in terms of being able to receive in tight spaces and look to combine with people. So yeah, still a long way to go for Fleggy, but came in with a great attitude at the last minute, due to an illness within the group, and in credit to her, when she came on, she did as well as she could. So yeah, thanks to Fleggy for coming in and doing that at short notice, and did really well.
Of course, the fixtures don't stop. This Wednesday you're away to Selsey, another team that's struggling, albeit a little bit more, and then you're home to Exeter. A bit of a contrast in games you've got coming up.
Yeah, and again, dealing with today is sort of the first point, really. Go away and reflecting on that and looking at all of the additional details we need to look at. But yeah, Selsey, isn't going to be an easy game by any stretch. Regardless of what the league table says, I know that they've always been a team, regardless of whether it's Selsey or Chichester or whether it was previously, always always a fighting team, always physically wanting to put a marker down, make things really difficult. So ultimately we're going into the game with that sort of mentality that we're going to have to go out and compete and have to earn our stripes in order to play. So that's sort of around Selsey, and you know, it doesn't get any tougher with Exeter, who are probably one of the top sides in the league this year, along with Bournemouth. So it's going to be tough, but we'll deal with Selsey first, and then we'll plan ahead for Exeter.